G'day beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at what I find to be my favourite farm right now for most materials, and that is farming Phorid, the assassination boss of the invasion, which is on. Now, at a certain point he will be on different planets. He will spawn in, he's on a certain planet. After a while he will despawn and he will go somewhere else. He may not. There are certain occasions where there is no assassination target in the invasion tab, but sometimes there is actually two. Now, what Phorid drops is dependent on what planet he's on, so he rotates through all the different planets. So there's two planets that can actually get you Orokin cells, which is what I mainly use it for, one of which, as of recording this, was Ceres. So I think it's Ceres and Jupiter. We'll take a look and have a look now. So say if you were to go to Neptune, he is on Neptune as well, but on Neptune it's nanospores, ferrite, control modules and field drawn samples. So you would probably get field drawn and control modules from Phorid because he drops the rare stuff. On Jupiter you can get neural sensors from him. Saturn you can get Orokin cells from him. So what I do is every time it's on Saturn or Ceres, I make sure I go and get these done. They're not too difficult. He is going to be a little bit of a pain in the bum for newer players to kill. I am using a 4 former Soma Prime. You want to spec out for corrosive and heat and just go to town. You're not really going to need to kill anything else, and I take Necros so that I can desecrate his body. But you can, if you want to, go through and kill all the ads as well. They have a chance to drop Orokin cells. I think they come more so from the Ancients, but you know, you can do that if you want to. It'll take you a little bit longer, but I'm doing sort of, on average, 3 to 5 minute runs, and I have a resource booster on as well. Keep that in mind, so I'm going to have double drops. But the best thing about this invasion is that there are openable containers, like the green and red containers, but there are no breakable chests. Anything, when you're running, say, loot detector, and you see what is a chest on the minimap, it's not actually a chest, it is a resource node. So we'll see there is one just coming up ahead. This will not be a chest. There will not be any chests in the Phorid invasion. They will all be resource nodes. So right here there is alloy plate. You'll see the amount of materials that we actually get through these runs is quite substantial. So I will skip forward a little bit here. Well, here's another one here, circuits. It's all resource nodes, so you're going to get a lot of stuff, and they're not littered throughout the map, which is kind of a bad thing, kind of a good thing, because it's a good thing because it makes your runs quicker. You're not going around for a million different things looking for what is a resource node and what is not a resource node. You're just going through and collecting them. It's a bad thing because, considering they're just resource nodes, you could get more if there was more stuff, but I guess it had to be limited a little bit. So what makes a good farm is not necessarily that it's the most effective. Obviously you can't get things like argon crystals doing this, but when it comes to Orokin cells, I much prefer to do this farm than, go farming the Void or wherever else you would go to get Orokin cells. I much prefer to do this, so to me it makes a good farm, and it is quite efficient. So you see here there's another circuits there. We'll skip forward and we'll go and have a look at Phorid. Okay, so here now we've come to the area for the boss fight. That is Phorid right there. He's a big Helminth's charger type enemy. We managed to shred him quite a bit there, and we actually get detonite ampules off him, which is the other rare drop for this tile set for Ceres. But we do manage to get some Orokin cells. I think I may have just skipped past me getting the Orokin cells, or they may actually just be ahead. But what I'll do, we'll let this one play out, and then I'll show you. I did 6 runs while recording, and I got 22 Orokin cells. As I said, I have a resource booster on, so that would have only been 11 without a resource booster, but 11 off of 6 runs that took on average, or even at the longest 5 minutes. You know, that's half an hour to grab a guaranteed sort of 10 to 11 Orokin cells. Obviously they're not actually guaranteed, you know, it depends on whether you get them spawning on the map or whether the boss drops them. So if he doesn't drop them and there are no nodes that spawn in on the map, then you're not going to get any, but I have not found myself getting none at all. So there's no Orokin cell node there, which dropped 2, but I got 4 because I have a resource booster. We actually had another run that we get 8, a couple of runs we get 2, and a noob moment here where I couldn't figure out how to open the door, so I'm going to skip because the switch is right on the side of the door. So I've got skip forward and we'll have a look at the end screen. Okay, so there we are on the end screen. We got 2000 alloy plate, 600 odd circuits, 2 detonite ampules, and 4 Orokin cells. On the next run, which is this one here, these were 6 runs in a row that I did while recording. So there is 1700 alloy plate, 2 detonite ampules, and I need to wait until we get into the ship, and 2 Orokin cells. On the next run, we got 1700 alloy plate, 2 detonite ampules, 784 circuits, and 2 Orokin cells. On the next run, we got 4 Orokin cells, 2700 alloy plate, 700 circuits, and 2 detonite ampules. On the second last run, we got 5000 alloy plate, just about 1000 circuits, 2 Orokin cells, 4 detonite ampules. And then on the very last run, we got 2700 alloy plate, 8 Orokin cells, 2 detonite ampules, and some pigments, because my mate joined me, and he just started that research in the dojo. So there you have it, guys. That is what is becoming my favorite farm right now. Keep in mind that depending on what planet it is on, that delegates what you can get. So the detonite ampules and the Orokin cells are the rare drops. They can drop from the boss, or you can find, you know, Orokin cell nodes on the map itself. And then other than that, you'll get the other 2 drops in resource nodes. I find that planets that just have sort of like, I think it's Mars or Phobos, where the common, uncommon drops are Rubido and Plastids. You don't tend to get too much. It's a bit of a shitty farm on there, but these ones with the rare stuff that you really want, like, I mainly only use it for Orokin cells, but and for the alloy plate, because we want to get ourselves a Kovat at some stage, so we need a lot of alloy plate. But yeah, the Orokin cell farm, it's just so good. I find it a lot more enjoyable than continuing to farm the things I was already farming for Orokin cells. And as I said, if you take Necros, make sure you got Loot Radar. Make sure you got a good weapon with corrosive damage and heat on it. As much damage as you can, either a Soma or a shotgun for early game, and you should be okay. Apart from that, you can go and kill all the ads if you want. You know, you can farm those ads up as well. While I was with my mate, when I got the 8, I think 2 of them actually dropped from one of the ads as well. So, you know, it can be worthwhile farming them, but you're not guaranteed to get any Orokin cells at all off them. You know, you could farm them for 10 minutes and not get any. I've done 10 to 20 minute survival matches and got no Orokin cells, got no Argon crystals. You know, RNG is always there, but that's why I find this to be better. It's shorter. You just get in, get out. You know there's going to be resource nodes there. There is a chance that there will be Orokin cells. There is a chance you'll get them off the boss. If you do, great. If you don't, didn't waste much time. You can just get back in there and do it again. So that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Especially veterans, if you have any opinions or ideas, make sure you let me know in the comments. And subscribe if you're not already. With that said, thanks so much for watching. I love your faces. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.